morning, everybody. This is Gracie Torres with Gavietta Quarter Horse and Cattle Company. I'm here with my horse Raina this morning, and we're going to teach you a little bit about cinching up. A lot of people have a tendency to tighten up their cinches really, really tight as soon as they put the saddle on their horse's back, but we don't like to do that here because it'll teach one to get cinchy. It'll make them sore. It's just uncomfortable to just pull on them right as soon as you pull them out of the stall in the morning or afternoon or whenever it is that you want to ride. So I'm going to fold my stirrup up here so you can kind of see what I've got going on. I'm going to put in my latigo, reach down here and grab my cinch, up through the top again, down through the bottom. Now, I like having a lot of excess, so I'm going to let this hang, but I just kind of snug it up so if my horse starts moving around, the saddle doesn't dump off of her back. But if I were to put my hand down here, it's nice and loose enough for her to be able to relax. I don't know if you can see all that, but this, I'm going to tuck it up here. And I do my back cinch. And when I do my back cinch, I do not do my back cinch tight enough, so tight that it's going to be uncomfortable. But I'm going to do it tight enough where they can't get a back leg or a stick or anything caught in there. I'm going to zoom down so you can see. Cinch is going to be right up against her belly. It's touching all the way around, but I can still fit fingers in there. And my cinch, I don't know if you can see that. There's plenty of wiggle room. I can fit my whole hand through there, but it's tight onto the bottom. And a lot of people don't know this, but horses are oblong. So they're wide on the sides. And they're wide on the sides and tall. You don't want to just pull a horse really, really tight until it gets tight over here because it's cutting off the circulation down on the belly. And I know this because I used to over tighten my horses all the time, especially with cinches with rollers. They'll make you really, really guilty of pulling really, really tight because it's not hard for you to pull. So those cinches with rollers, you've got to be extra careful to not over tighten your horse. Now, if you're about to go roping, tighten up your cinch a little extra. If you're riding a really, really round horse, that's an exception to the rule. Those really, really round horses are round all the way around. So normally if they're snug on the bottom, they'll be snug on the sides. But always double check and just make sure that your horse isn't uncomfortable. And listen to your horse. Sometimes when you ride, they'll be riding a little bit off and you need to think, oh, did I tighten my cinch too tight? Let that be one of the things. If your horse is turning around and biting you while you're saddling up, it might be a sign that you've been pulling your horse's cinch too tight. So that's just some food for thought for you. Nice and loose cinch before you get on. Let them move around a little bit and get let them stretch a little bit before you start pulling them really, really tight. But cinch up, walk out 2 or 3 steps, make her move her butt around, and then snug it all the way up. So you've got a horse that's comfortable and you know that your cinch is tight and you don't have to get back on. A lot of horses suck in air whenever you're saddling up and it'll expand their belly, and then you've got a loose cinch after you get on. So this will kind of eliminate having a loose cinch after you mount and having a too tight cinch when you first get on. So there you go. That's what I have for you today, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks for tuning in.